Hello, welcome to Pathways to Mental Wellbeing. My name is Charlton. I am an emotional well-being coach and consultant with Charlton Charlton Associates. This presentation is titled Harnessing Your Happiness. One of my favorite quotes is from psychoanalyst Viktor Frankl. He was a Holocaust survivor. Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space lies our freedom and our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our happiness. As I talk about happiness during this presentation, I want you to remember some of the terms and topics within this quote. Response, freedom, choice, and growth. Some of the objectives will be exploring diverse definitions of happiness and understanding its relevance in your life. Learn how cultural aspects of our genetic, social, and economic influences impact your happiness. Apply how the mind, body, and community manages emotions and behaviors to greater happiness. Develop a happiness profile focused on your deepest goals and desires. Recognize how success and achievement can impact short versus long-term happiness. And lastly, write your happiness script by building happiness strategies for work and life at any stage of your life. There are a myriad of different definitions of happiness. One of the most common definitions is happiness is understood as the positive emotions to the pleasurable activities we take part in through our daily lives. But there are widely used definitions, widely subjective experiences of our happiness. The Dalai Lama says happiness is not something ready-made. It comes from your own actions. The actor Denzel Washington states, "For me, success is inner peace. That's a good day for me." Mahatma Gandhi says that happiness is when what you think, what you say, and what you do are all in harmony. Jim Rohn says happiness is not by chance, it is by choice. Some of the most current research around happiness says that money can only buy happiness up to around $75,000. After that, it has no significant effect on our emotional well-being. Most of our happiness is not determined by our genetics, but by our experiences and our day-to-day lives. Trying too hard to find happiness often has the opposite effect and can lead us to be overly selfish. Unhappiness is an unnatural state. That is stated by Arthur Brooks, a noted happiness expert. Because unhappiness is an unnatural state, it can lead to our self-centeredness. Dr. Carol Reif has a 6-factor model of psychological well-being regarding happiness. They are self-acceptance, environmental mastery, personal growth, purpose in life, positive relationships, and autonomy. All of these factors lead into our overall happiness. A study by the Montgomery County Prevention Coalition states that only 5% of individuals 24 years and younger have sought out mental health care due to a mental health diagnosis. We know that mental health correlates to happiness. It has an influence on our overall happiness. And we need to understand happiness from multi-generations. And the younger you are, the most impact you may have in terms of mental health. Unhappiness is on the rise globally. You look at this chart, precipitated from the COVID-19 pandemic. The numbers of unhappiness is rising across the globe, and there are different factors for that globally. Keeping with COVID-19, think about the levels of burnout that every generation has had. Everyone from Gen Z all the way up to baby boomers. it was a subjective experience that the COVID-19 pandemic presented to us that we all shared. Happiness impacts our workplace engagement. Gallup did a study on overall workplace engagement and stated that over 50% of us are not engaged in our work day to day. And even above that, more and more people are actively disengaged from their work. So how do we get involved and engaged back into our work and finding meaning in our work? Happiness has an impact on our work identity. You think of all the different factors that make us as individuals. You think of our race, language, our gender. You think of where we work, where we grew up, and also our education. All has an impact on our overall work identity, and that impacts our happiness. Our social identity. There are certain characteristics and traits that are given to us from birth. There are some attributes that we actively choose, and also our values, our core self, all play an active role in how we view happiness and how we interact with happiness. How to achieve greater happiness in the workplace. These different areas of being grateful, being intentional, learning and growing, giving back, surrounding yourself with happiness, and also practicing self-care. We'll dive into each one of these aspects here in a second. One of the things that I have learned is to be grateful even in the midst of challenges or tough times. There are lessons that we can extract from tough situations and turning them into positive outcomes. Oftentimes, our most painful experiences can lead to flourishing and in outcomes that we may not think of initially. So always being grateful of our experiences. Next is being intentional. When you wake up in the day, do you view the world as kind and happy, or do you view the world as hostile? There are different emotional states that you can view the world through and through a different lens, and that will impact your day. But being intentional, having a goal, having a purpose can influence your day, influence your interactions, and have lasting implications for your happiness. Learning and growing. The only way that we can learn and grow is through our discomfort, getting out of our comfort zone. Dr. Daniel Black says that one of the biggest areas of growth is being uncomfortable, and that ensures our transformation. So what are the areas in your life that you can investigate, that you can learn and grow and be uncomfortable? Giving back. There are very recent studies that state that in terms of helping people, helping employees, helping our loved ones find a sense of purpose and find greater happiness is to volunteer, give back, do something greater than yourself, doing something for the community, doing something that is outside your original profession or your domain. That can have lasting imprint on your happiness. Next is surrounding yourself with happiness. The world presents us with so many different challenges and obstacles throughout the day. One way to massage that is to surround yourself with people who care about you, people who have your best interests at heart, and like-minded individuals. You can have a pleasant experience with others that share your same values, that uplift you. Next is practicing self-care. Whatever you do to ground yourself in terms of getting you back to normal, whether it's writing, journaling, being outdoors, working out, whatever gets you to a better state of happiness. We're all different people, but you have to find out what you are interested in, find out what you are passionate about to help to get you back into a state of well-being. Everyone should have a happiness script, a mantra, something that you can go back to keep you grounded in terms of what happiness means to you and for you. I'm a serial optimist, and my quote is, "My happiness will continuously grow and be shared with others because that is what life demands of me." I think everyone needs to investigate and think about what makes them happy and always be tethered to statements that identify what you value with happiness. Thank you for listening to this presentation, Harnessing Your Happiness. Once again, my name is Eric Charlton. Thank you.